Welcome to episode 3 of our series, where we're playing as Germany in the Blitzkrieg mode, or like the event here in Call of War. So, what should I guess I should update you on what happened. Well, there was a revolt in Bruges, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing right, but that was my province, and that was my motorized artillery, but it has gone to Britain, who is my ally, and I don't really mind that much. I guess it's a grain province and we need grain, kind of, but it's not the end of the world. And Britain really is controlling this coast anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Yes, but and also it does make the borders look better because yes, because they did look a bit messy with this sort of jutting out over here into my territory. Now it does look a bit smoother, if you know what I mean. Okay, so today we will be starting the attack on the Netherlands. I'm just keeping an eye out on these French forces. Italy has just been throwing his armies against them and it hasn't been working. Well, he has dwindled them a bit, but he has destroyed the majority of his fighting force. Yes, France has basically been kicked out of the mainland and territories in the Middle East. And I think Africa is pretty much sorted as well. Italy should control everything there. Well, they are mounting an attack in Sicily though, which could be an issue. So I feel like the French problem should be over soon. The other coalition, which consists of Turkey, the United States, and the Soviet Union, has done a bit since the last episode. As you can see, Turkey has taken some of France's former territories in Syria, not counting the two cities though, and it's about to take the city in Saudi Arabia, and it's also taken Iraq. So that's sort of the Ottoman Empire, but not really though, because it also had this kind of territory, and I don't think anyway, so it's trying to gain some of the territories that the Ottoman Empire had back, is trying to regain them. The Soviet Union has taken over most of Sweden, which is actually an AI country. It's only got one city, and also is at war with with Estonia. So maybe it's if it takes some stuff in Eastern Europe, then it will rebuild in a way the Russian Empire, which also had Sweden. Did I say this was Sweden? This is Finland, sorry, but it did have Finland, yes. Okay, so this is basically the plan. They have a very concentrated army here in Rotterdam and a fort as well. Well, that's just so I'm definitely not going to attack through here. It's a quite powerful force. I think I clicked on the fighter, sorry, rather than the army. Yes, okay. So this 5th Armoured Car Division contains 2 Armoured Car Divisions, 1 artillery, and most of this is level 2, 2 anti-air, and 2 infantry. So it's not the best attacking-wise, but it is going to be strong in defense, especially with the forts as well. Now, since most of this is plains, I can really use all its plains except for the city. I can utilize my tanks to my advantage. So my plan is to blitz through this province and then to Amsterdam, sort of kind of encircling these armies in Rotterdam, and I'm not actually going to attack them or engage them. I'm just going to keep a ring around them of fairly strong divisions, defensive divisions, that just in case it attacks them, then I can defend, I guess. So yes, I'm going to keep this sort of kind of encircled in a wall of my divisions, and then meanwhile sweep through the north, and hopefully that should do it. I'm going to have to engage them eventually, but ideally I would have taken everything else in the Netherlands, and then they just have this last province, and then I engage them with everything I have in the area when they're totally encircled, which is nice. I'm also not going to bother with their fleet. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's pretty powerful because Denmark has a fleet. I do have quite a lot of submarines that I could, but when the country gets exterminated on the mainland, then their fleet also disappears, so I don't actually have to bother with that. It's not really going to be an issue. So here I have 7 divisions, infantry division, I might not need that much. Yes, also while I'm blitzing through the north and while I have this army encircled, I'm going to bombard it with my artillery. I'm going to try to make this video a bit shorter, because the last two have been 20 minutes long, and that's not ideal. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait for this lag to stop, because I can't really do anything. I'm not sure what these thicker lines are, though. You can see it's sort of... Maybe that means there's infrastructure, because here it's just like one thin sort of piece of string, and here it's more like a road. Well, I think I sent something going somewhere, which is not what I was intending to do. Anyway, so I'm going to select all the tanks and maybe also the motorized infantry. I'm just going to tell you because I can't actually do it. And they're going to go over here from here, and also some of the tanks here. I'm not sure whether I should use the heavy tank division though, because that would be useful in defense in case these guys attack. Because this is an AI, so it won't just stand doing nothing, like France did for a bit of the time when we attacked it, because that was a player. Alright, stuff is moving. Alright, yes, so I'm going to split these two medium, oh my god, and light tank, these two medium tank divisions and 3 light tank divisions off. Guess I'll send the motorized infantry as well. Yes, okay. Here I'm going to... This is also attacking the same province. I think I'm going to leave at least some of these, because this can go over here, and they can get quite large bonuses in cities. Oh, I'm still not sure about the Tiger, though. Or the heavy tank. Well, there's a Tiger. The heavy tank division. I'm just going to check how good it is in attack. It is very effective in defense, though. Now, it's about the same in all the areas. But it is the best against light armor, which are these guys. You know, I think I'll keep it. This will just stay here. And then... But I'm going to do a bit of adjusting. Never mind. Okay, so this and this are going to move here. And then where's the best position for the Tiger? Because in the city, it's not going to be the most effective. And this is kind of weak, so... I am sending something over there. I think a light tank division, yes. So I could position it either here. This seems like the natural place for them to attack, to be honest. But I'm not really sure. So I think I'll position it here for now. Since both of them are planes, and it will get a large boost in attack or in the combat areas in the planes. Okay, so I have produced these paratroopers. I am going to produce some more stuff later today. So I could move them over here and then send them over. Ah, yes, they must have produced this anti-air division over here, because they only had one guy here. I could send them over here where there's no one, so to take this province, but that's not the best idea. I don't really need that strategically, and I don't think they would quite handle this. So I'm not really sure currently, to be honest. These guys, I'm going to move over here as well. Alright, so now on the question of my air force, the Luftwaffe, is quite strong currently, but not. I realized when you're sending it against these kind of armies, especially when they have 2 anti-air divisions, that's going to be quite. Yes, they are, the aircraft is going to get damaged quite badly. So I don't really want to send them over there. I could also use this flying bomb to attack here, but then it'll deal barely any damage, to be honest. Or I could send it to a better place strategically, like Amsterdam. Considering most of this would get destroyed if I actually manage to capture it anyway. I mean, I'm expecting that I will, because let's be honest, the Netherlands isn't the strongest country. Also, they have got artillery, and I'm in range of that artillery. So I think when we are at war, they'll automatically start firing at me, and I do not want that. I want to be able to fire at them, but so that they can't be able to fire at me. So what I could do is I could move these strategically back so that they are no longer in range. That means basically all the units here which are not artillery. I actually do have quite a lot here. Somewhere here. Yeah, I think that's just out of range, barely. And these guys are going to try to move back as far as possible while these can still be in range. Oh, no, I think they'll both be in range of each other, but, you know, whatever. Then I can just keep them here, it doesn't really matter, does it? These guys, I think they're fresh. I could move them somewhere eventually, but again, I think I might be over-preparing here, overly cautious. I don't think it'll be the hardest operation. See, as you can see, there used to be like 8 divisions or something here and loads of tanks, but now it's a bit weaker because France sent all of its light tanks here and all of them got destroyed, and most of its air force as well because it just keeps throwing them at them. Did I say France? Sorry, Italy. So Italy is she does like to just throw stuff at people. If I go onto diplomacy, and he started off with like 60, 50, maybe 70 units, something like that. And now he has quite a bit less. He has 39, okay. It's not too bad, I expected a bit less. But then again, I started off with like 80, and I have 99, nearly 100 units. Okay, so that should be underway. I'm not going to declare war just yet. I think I am going to declare war for some reason. I want to do that. I could do it as a surprise attack, but it doesn't change much. These guys will take a bit of time to get there, actually. So I'm just going to leave that. I do feel quite confident. I'm not really sure why, because I do have quite a large military, to be honest. I think probably the largest currently in the world, or in Europe, because the world is only this. This is the map size. I feel confident because our coalition, I think Africa is sorted, and we're going to control literally all of North Africa, except for this little bit that Spain has. Wait, let me just check, because Italy was going to march. I think he accidentally made his troops march through Spain's territory, and I told him that you shouldn't do that, because you'd go to war. So let's see if... Thingy... Is he at war with Spain? Basically what I want to know. That's not a unit to look at. Wait, where's the place where it tells you who's at war with who? Oh no, I shouldn't be looking at his. Alright, well I guess I can't really tell then. I'm assuming he's probably not at war with Italy though, because his troops clearly aren't marching. And he didn't take this province, so there was no one there. If he did go to war, that would have been captured. So I'm assuming he did take heed of my advice. And after this, next episode, I will be invading Poland. I don't think it'll be too difficult, hopefully. I mean, this is quite a lot in Danzig and a fort. But, I mean, if they have that everywhere on their border, that'll be a bit annoying. But after that, I'm assuming this would be taken. And then all I'll have to do is just march all my forces, well, most of my forces onto my eastern border. And then I'll definitely be able to attack with a very large army. After that, maybe Operation Barbarossa attacking the Soviet Union. I think that will eventually have to happen, because they are quite a power on the diplomatic sort of level, because they are in a coalition, so that already sort of means that they're a threat. And they have just taken Finland. It looks like a big deal, but it's actually only one city. It's about the same as me taking Holland, in terms of points at least. It does probably give you quite a lot of more natural resources, yeah. But, you know, points-wise, it's the same. I'm also thinking of invading some smaller countries like Denmark, but I think I'll focus on Poland first, because if I go, that will give me a nice eastern frontier, and then probably Denmark would be nice. I could technically then launch a naval invasion, or I could still do that now, but it would be easier, into Norway, or even Sweden, which will give me quite a lot more. Well, it would reap greater rewards for sure. It's nice. Why does it have no steel? Normally, I mean, Sweden in other games, like Supremacy 1914, there's quite a lot of iron production. There's one here. So yes, it gives me 5 cities as well, which is nice. But I think that would happen a bit later on. Switzerland would be nice. I mean, only 1 city again. Denmark is actually 2 cities, which is really nice. Considering, like, it's normally not that. I'm not sure how hard it would be to capture. I think stage 1 would definitely be kicking them out of the mainland over here in Aarhus and Aalborg. And then also at the same time destroying their navy, which isn't too big, especially with all these submarines. They're actually quite high level as well. And I have some naval bombers ready, produced 1 more division. And then I will have to navally invade into their cities. Switzerland, on the other hand, it gives me a border with another border with Italy, but that doesn't matter that much. And just one province. It's not great, but it'll make, I guess, it'll make me look a bit better in terms of territorially wise. Or I could also take Slovenia. Slovenia is part of Yugoslavia, and I could also attack Yugoslavia, but I feel like I'll leave most of that to Italy. I wouldn't advise Italy to attack a big country for a bit, because it has suffered serious casualties against France. So yes, I think I won't go for Yugoslavia. And Hungary, yeah, it's not particularly useful. Definitely not Slovakia. It doesn't really give me much. So yes, Poland will be next.